Hello and welcome to Up the Villa podcast. Again, if you're new and you do watch us, a lot of you watch us that aren't subscribed, just hit that button, 2-second job, and it'll help this channel grow massively. And yeah, appreciate everybody that's watching our videos at the minute. It's massive. The views are brilliant. So thank you everyone for watching and thanks for keep coming back. Fan cams, they are coming back this week. We've got a group of people that are going to be doing the fan cams. So I'm buzzing that we're going to be doing them outside the McGregor statue after the game. They don't get much bigger than this these days. The El Kazuiko, the biggest derby for Aston Villa this season because our friends from down the road aren't with us still. So that's what it becomes. It becomes the sponsor derby. We've won 2 and drew 2 since being in the Premier League with Everton. And yes, so I'll get Ryan's thoughts. If you're wondering where Justin is, he's had a disciplinary. He was out of character last week when he predicted Villa to lose. So we thought we'd just give him this week off, clear his head a little bit, and he'll be back next week at some time. So
straight red card, that was. Straight red card. No need for VAR. Straight red.
Justin, you're off, mate. Sorry. But no, he's at the theatre today, so he can't be with us. So it's just me and the main man, Ryan. So what were your thoughts then, Ryan? Chelsea,
yeah. Like everybody else, first half was super impressive, wasn't it? Conceded the goal to Lukaku is a ruthless finish. I think the Lukaku that was at Man United and Chelsea and West Brom doesn't have that sort of composure to turn to Anzaibi like he did. He lost his footing and he buried it, and he's world class. But apart from that, we were tremendous that first half. Dino sprung a surprise, which I revealed on the last podcast with the 3-5-2 formation. But I just fancied that straight from the off. I thought it suited that fixture. It suited Buendia not being there, Bailey and Traore not up to speed, and it just suited the players that we had available to us. Like Ramsey completely excelled. McGinn excelled. Louise was neat and tidy behind them too. Watkins, absolutely tremendous. Just didn't have his shooting boots on. I watched a replay of the one that Silva cleared off the line, and he sort of scuffed that as well. So I didn't realise that at the time. So just little individual errors just cost us that game. But you know, we was at the home of the European Cup holders, and we went toe for toe for them. And we were the better side, much better side the first half. So it's not very often you're optimistic and positive after a 3-0 defeat, but that's how I felt. Like this week, it's felt like we've had a result there for some reason. I've had positive vibes. So very much looking forward to the Everton game now, and hopefully we can take that confidence that we got from that performance. Spells of that performance, and take it into that game. I'm looking forward to getting back into my seat, actually. We were lucky enough to be in the loot box, and then my dad had like a milestone birthday, so I need to get my season ticket back off you and get back in that out and get back in my seat, because it's been a while, man. Tottenham was the last time I was in my actual seat.
Oh no, you need to get back in there. So we're gonna come on to some little weird things happening with Villa at the minute. Is that whenever we seem to have a loss, it's always the impending fan meltdown after. It's like a ticking time bomb. The Mings sort of drama, the Smith out brigade start to come out. So I just want to just touch on 2 things here. It's that, yes, player criticism. Mings messed up. He'd hold his hands up. He came out, didn't he, saying that his pass was weak and that straight after half time. But I just think we've just got to back these players and see the positives that are within that Chelsea defeat the other night. I think we need to see it coming into the Everton game now, don't we? We need to build some momentum. We need to see what this squad can do, and we need to back the team, because it has been a difficult start. We've obviously lost a key player in the summer, which obviously doesn't help your preparation. We've had injuries galore. We've had COVID hit us already. So we've not had the most ideal start to the season, but I think we need to back this team more than ever, because they're going to need us this season. They're going to need our support more than ever. So I think we need to stick with it, stay positive, and see the positives in the Chelsea result, well, the Chelsea game, and move that forward now to Everton. And hopefully we can see the signs of that game, take it into this one, and try and build some momentum and start to climb the table and reach the levels that we know we should. For me, there was signs against Chelsea that there's a team here. There's a real good team, and it's just waiting to click. And we just for me now, that one result now where we just go, right, this is it. Let's roll with it now. And we've got the formation settled. We've got the key players that are going to play a major part this season. And that's it. But we just don't need this negativity, the slating of players on social media. It's just not good. It's just not a good vibe. And it's not a vibe that I want to see us associated with, just going after the players and everything on social media. So that's just my little rant. I back Dean Smith. I back what he's doing. I back our captain. I back everything that he stands for as well. So for me, yeah, I've got full faith that we are still going to have a real good season, and, you know, we're going to do really well. Do you want to add anything on that, Ryan?
Yeah, I just think on the Dean Smith thing, he did everything right. If we was a bit more clinical up front and we didn't have the defensive slip-ups, right, that there was the perfect tactic, the perfect setup, the perfect formation, the perfect team selection, the lot. He'd nailed it. It was nearly a masterclass. You cannot put anything on Dean Smith for that game, because it was spot on. He did his part, and you have to go and trust your players. And unfortunately, this time it didn't quite work out. But we know he's going to have a plan for Everton, isn't he? And he's going to have a plan for the next game and the next game after that. The people that he's surrounded himself with now, they're looking at the opposition. They're looking at how we can hurt them, how we can penetrate them, their weak spots. We've got an attacking coach, a possession coach. We've got the set piece coach now. So we're fully covered. We've got every angle covered. And I just feel like we are going into this game with a plan. And yeah, I'm with you on the Mings thing as well. Like, yes, look, we do the player ratings and everything. We judge players' performances, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. We give them a score out of 10, but that's fine. That's the profession that you're in. You're a sports guy, and you're going to get praise when you do well, and you're going to get criticised when you do bad. But there's a point where that criticism oversteps the mark, where it becomes abuse, and that's not on. That's not on. It's completely not. If you've got a sporting opinion about someone's performance, fine. And it's okay to air that, regardless of who it was. Like Mings, it was a poor back pass, but it was a poor pass to Mings. Mings got put under proper pressure from Twanzebe, but no one mentioned that really. So for me, it's just not to overstep the mark and abuse the player, like personally, or tag him in tweets and stuff like that, because it went on, and he was the bigger man. He come out, put his hands up, said, look, I made a mistake for that thing, and he didn't even mention the ball that from Twanzebe that was put under, and that shows you the leader that he is. So yeah, that's my little rant on it as well, mate.
Yeah, mate, sometimes you just need to do it, don't you? You just need to do it. So it moves us on to Everton then. So great football club. It's the most played fixture in English football. I really like Everton. They're just one of them teams that I really like. I love their stadium. It's going to be obviously sad to see them obviously move stadiums, because it's just like that nostalgic Ashley Young moment at Goodison. You just remember those scenes, don't you? So they've had a little bit of a fresh summer, haven't they? Benitez came in. Obviously, a bit of drama that he managed to club down the road as well. So there was probably a little bit of that animosity, not knowing what to expect. But, he's a real good manager. He's made some good signings. They're two signings that they have made a banging form as well, Townsend and Damari Gray. Hopefully, Damari Gray is just not one of them players that just love scoring at Villa Park, but we won't go there. I watched a bit of them against Burnley. First half, not so great, and then come 60-minute mark, Townsend, banger. He's got them in his locker. Hopefully he saved that one for the other night, and then there's no more in his locker, because it was a great strike. And they're a good side, aren't they? They've tweaked their system. They're sort of going 4-3-3/5 at the back at times. So, it's interesting to see how we go about this game. We've had a lot of questions come in regarding our formation now, because we obviously went 3/5 at the back with 3 in central midfield and 2 up top. The big question amongst most Villa fans, so I'll read a few of them out, because obviously there's a few that are the same sort of questions. So Chill Villains put, should we stick with 3 at the back or go for 4? Villa Miami, what formation against Everton? Gary Plaza back again, similar sort of question. The episode that I did reacting to Chelsea, I was sort of going along the lines of it's going to be like a game by game sort of thing. It's not going to be the 3 or 5 every single week. I thought we'd sort of go more 4-3-3 at home, but seeing how Everton sort of set up as well, I don't know whether I'd stick with the same team and the same formation that played against Chelsea, because one of the other questions that we kept getting at the start of the season was, what is our best midfield 3? Now, I thought against Chelsea, against a very, very good side, that Louise, McGinn and Ramsey, again, was very, very good. Just like when Ramsey played against Newcastle, I thought he had a real good game as well. And I think it's a shame now to take Ramsey out of the team and say, put Buendia in, or along those sort of lines. What's your view on how we're going to approach this game?
We've got headaches. We have got headaches for the first time ever. We've got quality players that are going to have to sit out games. We've got 4 quality wingers: Buendia, Bailey, Al Ghazi, Traore. You know what I mean? Traore and Bailey on their day, mate, they could be absolutely magical, And then you've got 2 international Premier League proven goal scorers in Ings and Watkins. Now, that's 6 players there that are buying for, I don't know, 2 positions, maybe 3 positions. So it's interesting how, I think we all want to know how, in the long run, is it going to be Ings and Watkins together? Is Watkins going to push out wide, which I can't see, because, like I say, we've got them 4 wingers. Would Ings sit a bit deeper in the number 10 and Watkins push up? Possibly. And we have 2 wingers there. With the 3 at the back and the wing backs, the wingers are out the picture then, aren't they? Because you've got the 3 in midfield and you've got the 2 up top. So it all depends. I think it all depends on how he's going to play Ings and Watkins, really. And that will set the time. But I totally agree with the 3 in midfield, because our best performance is really Watford second half when Ramsey come on, changed the game. Ramsey in the middle for Newcastle game, absolute man of the match. Chelsea first half, man of the match, wasn't he? So there's a pattern there. Like, Ramsey's bang on fire, and he's a goal or an assist away from his confidence going up another level. And you see that. You see, it's just like a totally different animal this season, because he is playing with that confidence. And I don't know whether that's because Grealish has gone, maybe. There's a bit less pressure on him and he can feel like he can express himself a bit more. But something's changed. He's had a confidence boost and he's on top form. So I think we need to stay with that 3 in the middle, because last season when we was disjointed, it was because of that, wasn't it? That
3 in the middle will stay whether we play the same lineup against Chelsea or we go 4-3-3, won't it? Because all you're then going to have to do is take off Ings, you're probably going to say Ings would drop to the bench and you bring in Bailey. Tuanzebe will come out and then you'll play Buendia or Traore. So for me, that 3 in the middle now looks our strongest midfield. Do you agree?
I agree for this game, possibly. I think other games we might even mix it up and have 2 in midfield and put a number 10 and wingers and then I don't know, if we go Man United away, we're back in that 3 in the middle, 5 at the back and counter the way we did. So for this game, I agree. And the form that Ramsey's in, you can't drop him. You can't drop him, can you?
No, he's playing so well. And I just think it would be a little bit like the El Ghazi situation last season. You know, when he was in form, scoring goals, dropped him, took him out the team. Then he has to come back in the team and sort of reinvent his form again. And it's like, you shouldn't really have dropped him in the first place. I just feel like while Ramsey's playing so well, for me, he's got to stay in there. Especially
with McGinn as well. McGinn, like, fit, lean. He's on it this season. He really is. And we're just waiting for the season to get going, and it's disjointed. And I just feel like we'll get through this game and probably the next one. Then we're going to have the international break again, where we might lose Martinez, Buendia, and don't forget Luiz as well, because they give Luiz one call off because he's done the Olympics and that. So he's probably going to get a call up to the next one. So that's like the spine. That's like most of the spine of our team gone again. So, oh God, it's a little bit disjointed. But once we get through it, I think once we get through this next month, we're really going to kick on. If we can get Bailey up to speed, Traore back up to speed, mate, we're gonna be good, man. We are going to be good.
I feel like we are. I feel like I said at the start, we just one result away from playing really well and getting a healthy win. So let's go with another one. So Peter Wilkes has just put tough game, but at least we can mix it up a little bit. Lucky if we get a draw, as we are in progressing mode again. And then Alex has put most played game in English football and the Kazoo Derby. We definitely need to get to them early as they seem to have a slow start. Let's do this Villa, up the Villa. And then Darren Woolley's put, I think there's positives we can take from the Chelsea game. So, yeah, I mean, what have you made of the start to the Premier League in general? I still feel like we're going to be in and around Everton, maybe in and around West Ham. Leeds have had a real bad start, haven't they? I mean, I watched them versus Liverpool, and they just look a complete different side to the team last year. I know you always have that second season syndrome, but they just looked really erratic. Palace have started okay, haven't they? So, well, I know it's early, but what have you made of like the first 4 games?
Yeah, because start of the season, I was looking at West Ham, Everton, Tottenham, Arsenal, getting amongst that group. And yes, we've had a bit of a stuttering start, but I haven't seen much of them teams that really thinks, are they gonna West Ham maybe, but like Everton and that, like I think we can get up still and mix it with the likes of those players. Leicester as well. Leicester's a bit of a stuttering start as well. So I'm still feeling between, I don't know, 8th and 10th maybe, making that progression up to them bigger boys and getting in and amongst it. Everton, they've made a good start. You know, they're joint top, aren't they? So I turned my nose up when they signed Gray and Townsend, 1.7 million, and they've scored 4 goals and 2 assists. But I don't think that's sustainable. They're red hot form now, but I think that will peter off. And I do think we'll be toe for toe with Everton. But yeah, it's been, I think the title race as well, I think that's going to be an exciting ride. Like Chelsea, when they turned it on the second half, they just looked, they were good, weren't they? And Lukaku up front, you know, what was in the game for about 5 minutes, walked away with 2 goals. So, and United as well, Ronaldo's back as well. He looks like on fire. So it could be. And Liverpool as well. Liverpool were decent the other night as well. So, yeah, hopefully them 3 finish above City.
I'm going to give a shout out to my fantasy football team. It's actually doing shocking, but I'm still in there and I'm still doing it each week. So, one, that's decent on my part that I'm still heavily involved in doing it. I got off to a bit of a slow start, but I've been getting like 70 sort of points recently. So I think 70 points each week is pretty decent.
How many points have you got?
Oh, how many have I got? I've got.
I think mine's shocking.
Well, I'm in 185th position, so
that's decent. Nice.
Out of about 600. Where are you?
Yeah, I ain't telling you now. 325.
Oh,
Shocking.
me
I'm
too.
having the mare this year. I'm
So I
having
got
the mare.
251 points, 74 points I got last week. I captained Ronaldo. I knew he was going to score.
Oh, I couldn't afford to get him in. I couldn't.
But yeah, so who's top of, let's just give a shout out to who's top of our league, actually. James Elms is top with 356 points. So if you're listening, mate, fair play. But yeah, I'm to be fair, I'm just loving that football's back, that the thought of going to the games each week, I'm buzzing each week for. But it does feel like it's been ages since we was at Villa Park, doesn't it? I think it's because that international break. But yeah, I feel like on Saturday, I feel like under the lights now, we're going to have a real sort of good atmosphere.
Yeah, if we could get like 60% of the atmosphere we had for that Friday night game against Everton, we're going to have a right good night. Because that night, everyone that was there, it will live long in the memory, won't it? And if we can just harness just a little bit of that on Saturday, come 5:30, the lights will be on, won't it? And then second half, it's going to be dark, it's going to be lively. The Villa boys, hopefully the whole end's rocking, and we can have a real good Saturday evening.
Do you know what else I think is going to be pretty good going to the game as well on Saturday? Is that, we've sort of got a fully fit squad. The first two games, it's been a bit all over the show, hasn't it? The couple you was like, Bailey was out, Traore's out, Sanson's out. You don't know whether I feel like that affects the vibe at Villa Park as well, especially the start of this season. What we've had, it's just felt a bit like a bit flat, hasn't it? But I think now going to the game, like you say, a night game, knowing that we've got pretty much a fully fit squad, I feel like it's going to be a real good game. So we'll sort of end it with this one. It's just a bit of a chat between me and you, really. Obviously, Justin was away. I hope you liked the episode. And just get involved in everything that we're doing. Check out the website. We've got fan cams coming. Keep your questions coming in. And just subscribe and like to the channel because,
even if you don't want to come on that fan cam, just come down and say hello, innit? Because we chat to most of the people on Twitter and in the comments on YouTube. So just even if you don't want to come on or just see what we're about, just come down and have a chat.
Yeah. You don't have to come on the fan cams, but it'd be great just to see some of it. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously you all like comment, and you sort of, when I read through the comments after each episode, I feel like I know every single one of you now, because I just like, do you know what I mean? So it's just real. What we've built here is just like obviously really good, and we like that it's sort of like we're a close knit group with all of you. So just subscribe, like, comment, and just grow with us, really. So. Score prediction, what are you going for?
I'm going to go for... I don't think there's any Dominic Calvert-Lewin still, is there? I think he's out. So I can't see him scoring. Andros Townsend has had his worldie for the season. He'll put that in the locker till next year. I'm going to go 2-0. Repeat of that Friday night. 2-0 Villa.
That's a cheeky. What am I going to go with? I'm going to go with... But while he's not here, I'm gonna get my Justin cap on. I'm gonna go 3-1 Villa. I feel like Damari Gray is gonna score, and then it's gonna be Watkins double and a McGinn banger. That's what I'm going with off a corner, because I've noticed he's peeling off a couple at the edge of the box at times if he's not taking them. So 3-1 for me. So yeah, cheers for watching, everyone, and then we'll see you on Saturday for the fan cams. Thank you. Up the Villa.